Up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Red Dragons. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Blunt, the lone running back. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets in. Into enemy territory. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And certainly a key cog in this offensive wheel is Jeremy Maclin.
You've just got to find ways to get him the ball, whether you put him in the slot or put him out on the perimeter.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll run again with Blount. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Randy Gregory entered the league with people excited about his pass rushing skills. They continue to stay excited about his potential.
Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Maclin. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Randy Gregory in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Maclin. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start, because it does build up that confidence that allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. Looking left side. That's caught by Macklin. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run with Davis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. They'll run it here with Blunt. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. First down and goal to go from the 7. Now Blunt. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Jalen Smith out of Notre Dame. Partner, that's got to be one of the best stories in the NFL, seeing him out on the field.
Yeah, it really is. That injury that he had during the bowl game against Ohio State, boy, that hurt his draft stock. So nice to see him out there.
I had him rated as the top player in his class in 2016 before his injury. He ends up going in the 2nd round, and now he's starting to make the plays we expected to see.
2nd and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brandon, this is why I'm really glad I'm sitting up here next to you. It's awfully tempting to go for it right here, isn't it? But it's been a great drive. On the road, you've got to come away with at least 3 points. Kick the field goal.
So they get the field goal, but partner, that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
The first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Second down following the run.
Here we go.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A first down throw for Prescott. It's brought in right side by Ginn. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's L.A. with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. On third down, it's Prescott. He completes it to Bryant. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving time.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop right around the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Davis. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Blunt, the lone running back. They'll set up a throw to the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Blunt. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Five receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. Back to throw here. Left side here, caught by Clay. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
No, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So this will be the 9th play on this drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught at the 3. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. LeGarrette Blunt, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
Let's go.
On the sneak, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Dak Prescott, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a second down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Macklin. And he's brought down after a good gain. To 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And the wideout in motion. Back to throw now on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. And that'll bring up second down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now Thomas will come in motion right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I got to get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jeremy Macklin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Whitehead, the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Back to throw. To the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Ball spotted at the 4. It's second and goal. Now a carry for Blunt. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Following the interception, here's Prescott. It's brought in right side by Ginn. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Here's Prescott. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
Prescott on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pick. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They come up in an offset eye. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They're down here in the third quarter, trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
Prescott now on second down. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Ted Ginn, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, here's Blunt. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll come out in the pistol.
All right, here we go.
On the carry, it's Davis. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They go play action here on first down. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Macklin. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
All right, here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Detroit! All right, here we go.
Slot man moves right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Charles Clay, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Whitehead, the return. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And quickly, they get to the line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Here we go.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Drops it underneath. Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Out left side here to Bryant. Give him 11 on the game there, and it'll be a Los Angeles 1st down.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
First down, Prescott. It's brought in right side by Ginn. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Second down now after the pass completion. Going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Back now in Los Angeles, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And that is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. And now here comes Kansas City. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
A quick hitter to Sherman, the fullback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Chiefs a first down.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching him more? Did you see me out there moving around, wiggling, and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
A big run that time by Elliott. 78 yards. He had been held in check. Now he breaks that big run. Shows the explosiveness we all knew was there.
All right, tell the truth now. You knew it was just a matter of time, didn't you? We've seen this so many times from him. Hold him down, and then breaks out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Orleans Darkwa, his second touchdown on the season. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Third and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Now back to throw. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Charles Clay with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note,
and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. And he stopped immediately there. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. In motion, the tight end Clay. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll set up a throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the defense will get their hand. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And this one through the uprights and good. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. LeGarrette Blount was the intended target. And now it's second down. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect them.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Detroit.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And now a stoppage here. We'll get another timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. All right, now, look at 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Here we go. What? Nothing. What? Nothing. 53 to Mike. 53. Ohio.
Here's Prescott. It's brought in right side by Ginn. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go. 38. Black round. Black round. Ohio.
Prescott to throw. This is caught by Ginn. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 31 yards that time. And that leads to a Los Angeles first down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long. But maybe...
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead. So that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. They start on the ground here with Blunt. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Kansas City, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the San Diego Chargers. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.